A fuel cell vehicle, FCV, is an electric vehicle that uses a fuel cell to generate electricity on board, which is then used to power an electric motor for propulsion. Unlike traditional electric vehicles that rely on batteries for energy storage, fuel cell vehicles generate electricity through an electrochemical process that takes place in the fuel cell stack. Hydrogen is the most common fuel used in fuel cell vehicles, and the process of generating electricity through a fuel cell is known as electrochemical conversion. How fuel cell vehicles work. Fuel cell stack. The core component of a fuel cell vehicle is the fuel cell stack. This stack is made up of individual fuel cells, each containing an anode, a cathode, and an electrolyte. Hydrogen fuel. The fuel used in fuel cell vehicles is hydrogen, H2. Hydrogen is stored in high-pressure tanks on the vehicle and is drawn into the fuel cell stack when needed. Electrochemical reaction. In the fuel cell stack, hydrogen molecules are split into protons and electrons through an electrochemical reaction. The anode releases protons, while electrons are forced to travel through an external circuit, creating an electric current. Electricity generation. As the electrons flow through the external circuit, they generate electricity that powers an electric motor connected to the vehicle's wheels. This process is the direct conversion of chemical energy from hydrogen into electrical energy. Oxygen from the air. Oxygen from the air is drawn into the fuel cell stack, where it combines with protons and electrons to form water, H2O, as a byproduct. This reaction is the reason fuel cell vehicles are often considered environmentally friendly, as water is the only emission from the tailpipe. Electric propulsion. The electricity generated by the fuel cell is used to drive the electric motor, providing propulsion for the vehicle. Fuel cell vehicles operate similarly to battery electric vehicles but generate electricity on board as needed. Key features of fuel cell vehicles. Zero emissions. The primary emission from fuel cell vehicles is water vapor, making them a clean and environmentally friendly transportation option. This characteristic contributes to efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution. Quick refueling. Refueling a fuel cell vehicle with hydrogen is relatively quick, comparable to the time it takes to refuel a conventional gasoline vehicle. This is in contrast to battery electric vehicles, which typically have longer charging times. Longer range. Fuel cell vehicles often have a longer driving range compared to some battery electric vehicles. Hydrogen tanks can store a significant amount of energy, allowing for extended travel between refueling. Lighter weight. Fuel cell vehicles may be lighter than battery electric vehicles because they do not require large and heavy battery packs. This can contribute to improved overall efficiency and performance. Regenerative braking. Like battery electric vehicles, fuel cell vehicles can utilize regenerative braking to capture and convert kinetic energy into electricity, which is then fed back into the fuel cell stack or stored in a small battery. Challenges and considerations. Infrastructure. The development of a hydrogen infrastructure, including production, distribution, and refueling stations, is a significant challenge for the widespread adoption of fuel cell vehicles. Hydrogen production. The method of hydrogen production is crucial for the environmental sustainability of fuel cell vehicles. Currently, most hydrogen is produced through processes that involve natural gas, but there is ongoing research into more sustainable production methods, such as electrolysis powered by renewable energy. Cost. Fuel cell vehicles can be more expensive to produce than traditional internal combustion engine vehicles or battery electric vehicles. The high cost is partially attributed to the complex and expensive fuel cell stack. Limited model availability. As of the current state of the automotive market, the availability of fuel cell vehicles is more limited compared to traditional gasoline vehicles and battery electric vehicles. Fuel cell vehicles represent one of the alternative technologies in the automotive industry, offering a clean and efficient means of transportation. The development of infrastructure, advances in hydrogen production methods, and continued research into fuel cell technology are essential for the further adoption and success of fuel cell vehicles in the transportation sector.